Yeah, alright. See what's going on good old YouTube today. Okay, what to watch? Come on, there's gotta be something on here. Wait, what's this? Hang on a damn minute, I gotta look this up. Vivzy Pop. What the fuck is this? Oh, this ought to be interesting. Let's go ahead and give that a watch.
I have a cool one-liner too, like, it's Miller time! Or something.
Alright, everyone, new rule, guys. We only use appropriate language in this office from now on, alright? I don't want to hear no swears, no filth, no fucking potty mouth of any kind. Do you understand?
I'm not a fucking kid, asshole.
Oh, hey, bleepy! You see, now see what you've done? She learned that from you.
Sir, the F word is literally half of your vocabulary.
Oh, fuck you, you little virgin chode.
You took my grimoire so you'd have an excuse to come see me again and ravish me like you did the other night. Make my body yours, my bird, get inside me, go down, find my, then I want you to gnaw on me, tie me up, me round like a little, spin me like Daddy's little, then I want you to my fountain of then drink it like a thirsty dog. Now I see something red.
How's it going, my victims to be? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are once again talking about Hell of a Boss. I know I already stated that I don't want to be talking about Hell of a Boss all the time, but, like, I'm sorry, this whole show is just a gold mine of content, so I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth while I still can. I have made a whopping 3 videos on Hell of a Boss, 2 of them criticizing the show, 1 of them defending the show, and we are back at it again with criticizing the show. And you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you even saw that little skit I did at the beginning. Yes, that's right, we're talking about the pilot remake. A complete remake of the original Hell of a Boss pilot. This new pilot aimed to fit into the whole lore of the actual show, because for those of you who don't know, yeah, the original Hell of a Boss pilot is not canon to the actual show. Vivzy did this with Hell of a Boss and has also done this with her other show, Has Been Hotel. I was almost about to say Hell of a Boss again then. So yeah, basically Vivzy made these like pilots, these animated pilots for her shows that were not canon to the actual show when it came out. Which to me anyway, like, I'm not a writer or a producer of any kind, but to make a pilot and have the actual show relating to that pilot not be at all like relevant or canon to that pilot is just it just gives off the impression that Vivian either didn't really have faith that the show was going to take off, or she just had absolutely no idea what she wanted to do with the story. Personally, I'm heading towards the latter, but you can let me know what you guys think in the comments. I personally think it's the latter because the story just feels all over the place. The same with Has Been Hotel. The story just feels very rushed and just like kind of disjointed in some areas. Like how I personally feel like the whole of Has Been Hotel's story could have been expanded into like 2 or 3 seasons. Same with Hell of a Boss. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I feel like the whole of Season 2 storyline should have been saved for a Season 3, personally. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a small, meek little 100 odd subscriber YouTuber. Then my opinion don't matter to anyone. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's talk about this bloody pilot remake. Now, I've heard of video games being remade. I've heard of movies being remade. But I can't really say I've heard of whole pilots of an entire show being remade. Now, usually the goal when remaking something is to either improve or build upon the concept of what you're, well, remaking. So, does this Hell of a Boss pilot remake do any of that in any capacity? Well, strap yourselves in and come along with me to find out. So let's start off by getting into some positives that I had with the episode. First and most obvious ones out the way, animation and voice acting, stellar as always. Big shout out to my man Brandon Rogers, who plays Blitz in this, which I'm sure everyone and their grandma is aware of by now. And obviously the animation, mwah, absolutely crisp. And the last positive is this thumbnail's pretty badass, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the positives of the pilot. Let's go ahead and get into the negatives. First and foremost, this line.
It's Miller time! It's Miller time! It's Miller time!
Words cannot express how much I hate this fucking meme. This is one of the main reasons why I resent the Morbius movie. For Christ's sake, I thought we were done with this stupid thing, but nah, Hell of a Boss just has to come up and fuck up my day. I'm not kidding, ever since the Morbius movie came out, I've been seeing this meme everywhere on, like, any new trailer that comes out. Like, they, like, comment some variation of this "It's Morbin time" meme. I heard this fucking line and I was like, immediately just Vietnam flashbacks. And the second negative, more Stolitz. If you've been with my channel since the start, you probably already know how I feel about this shit. If you don't, then go ahead and watch my very first video on this channel. It was about Stolitz, probably my most popular and well-received video I've ever had on this channel. But enough bragging, let's go ahead and get into the rundown of the episode. So the episode basically is like an almost perfect one-to-one of the original pilot, which in a way I can kind of respect. They don't try anything too different, they just, you know, they basically reuse the source material and try to add on to it to make it fit within the actual show. But like I said, it's an almost perfect recreation. Emphasis on the almost. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get into it. So one difference I noticed right off the bat is in the original pilot they were talking about the state of the company, basically, and in the remade one they're basically discussing on how to do their first kill.
All right, now I know business has been a bit slow lately. Yes, it's no one's fault, okay? I'm not naming any names here.
What the fuck is this? Who are you?
The name's Blitz. The O is silent, and I'll be your assassin today. Ah! And just like that, we'll slip right back into hell, get paid, and never face any consequences for our actions ever.
Yeah, I know it's not that crazy of a change, but it's just a small detail, a small, very noticeable detail. But this next change is, well, quite big, to say the least. So, during the Stolitz scenes, Blitz seems to be a lot more, well, timid and almost respectful around Stolitz. Like, take for example the flashback scene where Blitz steals the grimoire. Both versions are basically a one-to-one with each other, but with one very noticeable difference in the remade pilot version.
Got the book, got this fucking heavy book. Oh shit! Yeah, got that book, got this fucking heavy book. I'm climbing up the railing and I'm losing my balance!
So yeah, basically, Same one-to-one recreation of the scene, all the way to him chanting, got this bar, got this fucking heavy bar. But you might have been blinded by nostalgia to notice this one tiny little detail in this particular scene. OG Pilot Stolas was... not Stolas, Blitz was a lot more sleazy and cocky whilst he was stealing the book. Whilst new Pilot... now I almost said fucking Stolas again. Whilst new Pilot Blitz was a little bit more timid and a little bit more awkward whilst stealing the book. Which to me, anyway, that just kind of caught me off guard because, like, when you think of Blitz, you don't really think, like, easily timid or easily scared. Like, yeah, sure, he's had his moments of weakness, but especially against Stolas when he's... on multiple occasions he's stood up to Stolas and basically told Stolas to fuck off most of the time. And no, I'm not trying to be this, like, hell of a boss lore enthusiast or whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's a little bit surprising that Blitz, of all people, would act very timid and almost, like, awkward around Stolas when we've seen multiple times throughout the show that he is anything but that around Stolas. And if you think it's just a one-time thing, here, let me show you another one.
Oh, what can I do you for this time, Stolas?
There's a political candidate causing trouble up on Earth for a few of my associates. He's trying to convince people global warming exists.
Doesn't it?
Well, yes, but more people die if nothing is done about it. And it gets lonely here.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what happens when I'm lonely, Blitzy?
So in the original pilot, he's very calm, he's very composed, he's not letting anything get to him. But how does that compare to the remake version of this scene?
Hey, Stolas! How are things?
You took something from me, Blitzy. Something very important and very powerful. Something I would stop at nothing to get back.
Isn't your place, like, massive? I mean, couldn't it be in your 10th or 11th library?
Yeah, in the new version, he's just straight up fearing for his life, like sweating bullets and everything. And whilst, yes, it does make for a bit more of like a realistic reaction, I mean, I think I'd be scared too if I stole something from royalty, but, Blitz has had no problem standing up to Stolas and talking shit to him in the past.
Now remember, this is work and work only. Me and my crew are not here to satisfy your perverted bird needs, alright? Stolas, don't act like what we have is anything but you wanting me to fuck you, okay? You make that really clear all the time. You spring this feelings bullshit on me? Are you fucking kidding? Can I get a fucking minute to think after everything you put me through, you pompous, rich asshole? Treat me like one of your little butler imps? You can't just dismiss me like that. I mean, you royal fucks think you can do this every time. Like you can just play with our feelings because we're smaller and not as important.
Like, honestly, how do we go from that to this? At the end of the day, it's not really that big of a deal or that big of a change, but I just thought I'd mention it because I found it very strange. And no, I'm not saying that Blitz should be like that all the time. I'm just saying, like, throughout all of his interactions with Stolas, his very first one is, like, timid and scared and like he's fearing for his life. It just didn't feel like a Blitz thing to do. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me know, do you agree that this is a valid point to make, or am I just yapping? And that's all the negatives out the way. That's right, I have no more negative things to say about the remake episode, which I'm honestly surprised that the episode, the remake pilot didn't have that many negatives. Which I'm not saying that I was hoping for there to be like an overwhelming majority of negatives, but at the same time it is hell of a boss, so I was kinda skeptical but also kinda hopeful that maybe, just maybe, it would be good. Which brings me to my final thoughts on the pilot. What did I think of it? I honestly thought it was pretty good. Yeah, that's right. I honestly quite enjoyed the remake episode. The writing and the jokes in this felt a lot more natural and just felt a lot more better. And it wasn't just like constant swearing all the time like Vivziepop usually tends to do. Which, you know what, whilst I'm on that topic, I might as well comment on that. One of the main critiques with Hell of a Boss is that the comedy is just swearing and sex jokes like all the time. And the problem isn't with the swearing and sex jokes itself. If done right, it can work and actually be funny. But Vivzie just tends to rely way too much on that particular type of comedy. And I'm proud to say that those kinds of jokes were actually pretty well timed this episode. So could Vivian be actually taking the criticism to heart this time around? I mean, it's not much, but it is definitely a start. And the writers have actually done a good job in making the pilot a little more accurate to the actual canon show. Again, I really think Vivian should have had a set story for this, but at the same time, like, I'm not complaining about this. I'm not complaining much about this remake pilot either, because it's actually pretty damn good, and I recommend you go watch it. And that is gonna be it for the video. This video took so long to complete, mainly due to the fact that I was procrastinating. So yeah, I'm terribly sorry about that. I just got distracted by, you know, things going on in my home life and, you know, like certain events here and there. I'm not gonna get into it, but that's why this video took so long to get out. But before I go ahead and do the outro, I do have a teeny tiny little announcement. During my procrastinating months whilst making this video, I have thought about some other type of content that I'm wanting to make. I could have saved this for another video entirely, just like a really short video, but there's a series that I want to make. You'll know what it is when it comes out, because I kind of want it to be a surprise. But I was just thinking, like, I'm 107 subscribers strong right now, so I gotta start making, I'm just gonna start branching out a little bit. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be abandoning like the commentary style videos that I'm doing right now, but I will be trying to like give you some variety when you come by on this channel. And I think you may or may not like the video idea that I have. Maybe it could become a series if you really wanted to. I think it's a good idea, and when this video actually comes into fruition, you'll let me know your thoughts on it as well. I don't know why I'm talking about this like it's some hype thing to look forward to, but I'm just saying, like, I have some other ideas for other types of videos is what I'm trying to say, so look forward to that, look out for that, and you'll let me know what you think about it when it comes out. But with that out the way, I'm gonna go ahead and actually end the video this time. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and maybe a subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment telling me what you think about the actual topic of the video or that little announcement I made, feel free to do that as well. If you haven't already, please go ahead and check out Hell of a Boss Mission 0 for yourself. I think it's really good. I think you might enjoy it as well. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Was there something I missed that you would have liked me to address? And yep, that's really all I have to say. So, I'll see ya.